Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit ActiveDay.com to apply.
This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Dani, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandy and Kirkwood, Sean McGuire, Yanis, LightBlindedFool, Green Man, Margaret, Big C, Bennett Williamson, Hannah Green, Noralia, Geof Searles, Erik Reed, Greysin Ishara, Ashlee Bradley, Helena Jacobsen, Matthew Mendoza, Cyndi, Daniel Moore, Patrick Wallbankk, and Sims. And before we get into things today, we just want to thank and welcome Jason Wagle, Scott Coleman, and Stefan Lidvo to the Wheel Weaves Patreon team. Thank you so much for your generosity and your support. We really, truly appreciate it and could not do this without you. In this episode, we're talking about chapters 56 and 57 of Towers of Midnight.
Did it. Chapter 56 is Something Wrong.
Right.
And chapter 57 is A Rabbit for Supper. You know what? It's crazy to think that we are on the second last episode of this book.
Like we're done the book.
Yeah.
And
like
then we have an epilogue.
It feels like the big thing happened.
The big
with
thing
the mooring.
happened.
Yeah, and now we got 2 chapters, which are not super intensive.
No, but they're nice setup / wrap up /
It's literally the calm before the storm.
Well, someone says that somewhere.
But that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, this is the calm before the literal, the last book. Like, it's go time after this. Mm-hmm. After this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
For the last book.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's go time after this episode because next episode with the epilogue, we've got Spencer coming on.
Guest. Yeah.
Got a guest. Spencer's going to join us. It's going to be fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
And then we've kind of been on a bit of a push. We've been kicking ourselves in the butt to get this done because we are going on the Dusty Wheel with Matt Hatch.
Yeah.
Live on YouTube on July 6th to recap this book.
Yes. So we need to get the book done and our recap done and then be ready for that.
Yeah.
And then we're going to probably take a little bit of time, get ourselves prepared for the last book because we need to finish the home renos.
Yes.
With the podcast studio.
Yeah.
I need to do a little bit of new research.
Yeah.
To get that all corrected. And then we can dive into the last one. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like the overall plan, I think.
Okay.
For now, at least.
You know,
and then all those things that we still need to do.
So many things.
So many things.
But it'll be great.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Okay.
This was good. Now, do you have something for us?
I do, and you should know what it is.
Do you have another ice cream cake for me?
Oh, no. For the fun fact.
It's not ice cream cake?
It's not ice cream cake. It's a test, see? Because it's the second last episode.
Okay.
And on the second last episode, we've been doing the...
Perspective numbers?
Nope, that's the last one.
Oh.
Chapter symbols.
Chapter symbols.
Chapter symbols.
Oh, no. No.
Next episode is perspectives.
Can I just take a moment to have everybody recognize that I've been reading this book for a year?
Sure.
So you want me to remember?
Yeah. Just
chapter symbols from like a year ago?
Yeah, just like generally how many times each symbol has occurred. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
With no prep.
And I actually probably for about 50% of the book did mostly audio.
That's true. That's true.
Where you don't even see the chapter symbols.
Okay, so if this
we talk about them every episode.
I'm going to give you some hints here.
Just I actually don't want any hints.
Okay.
Unless they're fun.
Well, I'm not going to give you really hints.
Okay.
Just consider who we've seen the most of.
Yeah, okay.
This book. But also, nobody has really blown it out of the water, this book.
Yeah.
With chapters. Like, we don't have like 30 of one. And it's like, there's a lot of ties going on here. A lot of ties.
Okay.
Right?
Is there a tie for first?
There's ties for everything.
Ooh.
There's ties for every position here.
Okay.
And interestingly, no new symbols this book.
I thought there was at least one.
So... asterisk beside it, the 6-pointed star symbol, that's not technically new because it showed up in New Spring, and we've read that. So, like, if you hadn't read New Spring, then it would be new, but it did show up there. So, like, technically not new, but
Okay.
Okay, so number 1 position. What do you think is the most popular chapter symbols in Towers of Midnight?
Wheel and snake.
You're right, actually. Yes. Okay. It's a 3-way tie.
For first?
For first.
Okay, so wheel and snake.
How many times do you think it showed up, considering it's a 3-way tie?
Okay. 56 chapters. An epilogue and a
57
prologue.
Chapters.
Was there a prologue?
57 chapters.
57 chapters.
Because we're doing chapter 57 today.
Is that what I said at the top of this? Did I say the right chapter?
Yeah, you got it right. Yeah, and a prologue and an epilogue. Okay.
All right, I'm just looking at chapter 56. Okay, so 59 total.
Yep, 3-way tie for first.
16.
Way too many. You think there's 16 occurrences of each symbol?
I have actually no idea.
16 times 3, some sort of crazy number.
That's too much.
Yeah, too many.
7.
Still too high.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
5.
There you go.
Really? Only 5?
5 occurrences of the wheel and snake, and then which 2 symbols tied it?
Dice?
Yes, the 5 dice from Matt. Yep. And?
Wolf.
Yeah.
Preparing.
Good job. Wow.
Okay, thank you.
Good for you.
Thank you. You're way too surprised.
I mean, you were talking it up like you had no clue.
I actually don't, but I don't know.
You were really off the mark with that whole 16, though.
Oh, yeah, I have no clue. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's like 48?
It's too many. It's like way too many.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's definitely too many.
Tied for second place, we've got 2. Tied for second place at 4 occurrences.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Backtracking a little.
Sure.
If there's 5 each.
Yeah.
Of the 3 that tied for first, that means in first place there's 15.
Yeah, but you also didn't say 15.
No, I said 16.
Yeah.
So, but maybe that's where my head was. Maybe that's what I was thinking.
What do you do with that? The remainder, remainder 1. I'm just saying.
Price is Right rules.
Okay.
No,
you're still wrong. You're still wrong.
I was over it. Never mind.
Oh man. Okay, digging yourself a deeper hole here. Okay. I don't think you're going to get either one of these ones, honestly, for tied for second place at 4 occurrences each.
Oh, really?
I really don't think you're going to get them. But go ahead.
Windfinders.
Nope.
Okay.
Good guess, though, but wrong.
Sunburst. Kyrian Sunburst.
That only showed up like 1 time, I think.
Nah, at least twice.
Twice. It did show up twice, actually. You're right.
Camelin Lion?
No, that one
Flame
also...
of Tarvalin?
Okay, hold on.
I'm just going to name everyone I know.
Flame of Tarvalin. Nope, that only showed up twice. And the lion showed up 3 times.
Okay, but that's not second place.
That's not it. That's not second place. What other chapter symbols do you know that are popular enough to be in second?
Dragon Fang.
That was only 3 occurrences.
For Snakin.
That one was only 2 occurrences.
Tel'aran'rhiod?
No, like the ring?
Yeah.
No, that only showed up 1 time.
Ugh.
Oh man, I told you I don't think you're gonna get this one.
Who am I missing?
Yeah, I mean lots, but so we got the Two Faces one. That showed up only twice.
Okay.
We have the sword with the heron marked hilt.
Oh, that one I felt was
only twice.
New.
It was only twice.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you said Dragon's Fang, but we had the Trolloc skull 3 times with the dragon symbol 3 times. Like we had a lot of 3s. We had a couple of 1s with the falcon showed up.
Oh, okay.
The Stars and Moon Terangriel one, the Adam showed up this book too.
Yes.
We even had 2 snakes and foxes and 2 of the Age Lace Unraveling, like the glass shattering one.
Yeah.
2 of those. The 2 that were in second place, one of them is the Shield and Spears with 4 occurrences.
Oh, like Aiel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the blacksmith puzzle.
Huh.
Yeah.
Random.
How about that?
You're right. I didn't get it.
Yeah. So on the chart of who's moving up and down in the most popular through all the books, we really didn't see any movement. Wheel and Snake is still in first place. 72 occurrences. Flame of Tarvalin at 59. The Dragon and the 5 dice are now tied for third place with 42 occurrences. And then the Wolf with 36. And then the Dragon's Fang and the Lion are at 27. And then everybody else is way below that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
How about that?
There we go. I'm very curious on what's going to happen with the last book. See?
You see?
I'm actually
you don't
like not
know.
even as being sarcastic. No, I've never charted the chapter symbols before.
Weird.
Doing this podcast.
That's a weird thing that you've never done just on your own.
But I am very curious. Yeah. And not even like sarcastically. Like I actually want to know.
Super medium.
You probably
about it.
You probably are not shocked. It's the data. Okay.
Well, I'm actually surprised you have that data.
Yeah. So
Did you have to re-look it up?
So no, that
or
was
you have
actually
some stuff still.
Well, my chapter symbols log was on a separate Excel file because I had to.
Of course,
but
okay.
that wasn't stored with the rest of the data. But yeah,
Phew, okay.
I did actually have a master list of my fun facts in a Google Drive separately, but not anything from the book 13, this book. I don't have anything from this book for my fun facts. So I'm going to have to go through that.
Okay.
And
there's a couple people that have reached out to say that they've started compiling some stuff for us.
you know what? Honestly, anything that anybody has, just like send it to me, email it to us.
Yeah.
we have an email address, right?
We do have an email address.
One of us should know that probably.
Mm-hmm.
The Wheel Weaves?
It's the Wheel Weaves podcast
Yeah, that's
at outlook.com.
there you go.
Except,
send it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because anything is probably better than the nothing, and I'm working on.
Yeah, and if there's anything that I shouldn't see in it,
just you won't.
Well, there
look at
wouldn't
it.
be any spoilers, would there?
Oh, I don't know.
At this point, if there's spoilers, mark it.
Well, you're not going to look at it.
Sometimes I do.
Just don't read the emails.
Ugh, fine.
Barely read them anyway.
Okay, fine. All right, let's get into it. Chapter 56,
Okay.
Something Wrong.
Yeah.
And now I have to ask, is the something wrong that not everyone is going to side with Egwene? Is that what something wrong is? She's feeling like, oh no, there's something wrong.
So
Not everybody's going to side with me.
There's two perspectives in this chapter.
I know.
It might be that. It might be the Black Tower stuff. I don't know.
Well, yeah, for sure. But like,
Yeah, because,
in Egwene's mind, it's like, oh man,
for sure, that is the
there's something wrong going on here.
I am shocked that
not
everyone
everybody's on my
agrees.
side. Yeah.
Then why would they be here? I specifically asked you not to come if you weren't going to take my side. Oh, okay, let's do this.
Okay.
Get into it.
All right. So the chapter symbol is the dragon's fang for the other perspective.
Right.
And now we are going to start in Egwene's perspective. She's in her tent, and Gawain comes in, and he's all dressed like a warder now.
Yeah,
and
he's got like the cloak.
Yeah, and in case you forgot, he's her warder.
It's so funny. So the thought process of Egwene, I can't believe I'm already... Okay, she thinks she loves having this bundle of Gawain's emotions in her head.
It.
Not because it's like nice to have the feelings of someone you love in your head. It's like, if I had have known how
much he loves me and how dedicated he is to me.
If I had have known that, I would have.
I would have done this sooner.
It's so long. It's like, would you have though? Would
Yes.
you have? Because I feel this is the wrong reason to do it. Also,
I don't think you get to have a say in what the right or wrong reason is.
Okay, yeah. Does anybody? I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean, is that the reason I would want a warder? Like, probably no.
Yeah.
But if I could know how much you actually like me, because there are sometimes I'm like, do you like me today? Because I feel like you don't like me very much today.
Well, like most of the time, yeah. But like sometimes we know.
But if I could feel like, oh, you still love me,
right?
That would be nice.
Even if it's not like. It's important to like your partner, but you're not always gonna like everything that's happening.
That's fair.
For example. Okay. Anyways, she thinks it's super useful. That's good.
I feel like this isn't the first time that we've heard about this bond sensation because Gareth Bryn and Swan was like, oh, I should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah.
And like Elaine and like they're like, oh, we should have done this a long time ago. Like everyone seems to have this repetitive thought process.
Well, we're still in like the honeymoon phase though of being inside each other's heads.
Yeah.
I feel like that's part of the issue too.
It probably gets pretty trying.
Like right now you're like, yeah, cool, but let's wait 20 years like for Moiraine to land.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like when Perrin is like, how does anybody know what anyone's thinking if they can't smell their emotions?
Yeah, but
how
also
does
like
anyone
Perrin,
pick up on
you
anything?
still get things wrong all the time.
So wrong. Yeah.
It's not actually that helpful. Okay. So back to it.
All right. So we are in these meadows.
Yeah.
Where are we? What's it called?
Fields of Marilor.
Fields of Marilor.
Yeah. Field of Marilor. It's like a big field.
Doesn't matter where it is on the map. You're looking at the map. I actually don't. It doesn't matter to me. It's a big place.
Yeah.
Bunch of different camps all set up. They're all here. They're all gathering.
Yes. Yeah.
And we get a timestamp that Elaine's army is on the move.
Yeah, like currently walking through to come and visit Egwene.
Because she's been set up here.
Yes. Yeah.
And then we also get that Perrin's group is set up here away from others.
Right. And oh my goodness, did you see who is leading the White Cloaks who are with him? Did you see?
It's Galad.
It's Galad. Oh my goodness.
And Egwene's like, what? What are you talking about?
That's crazy.
Gawain?
Yeah. Now I do like this thought process Gawain has too, because he says, well, what if this is all a ploy?
Yeah.
Like, what if Rand has scheduled this meeting and he doesn't actually show because he's getting us to be somewhere else where, like, he's not?
Smart.
Yeah, totally legitimate. Like, we should actually maybe be a little bit concerned. Like, if we're concerned about things Rand's doing, and Egwene just brushes it, she's like, nah, he wouldn't do that.
He would never do that. He told me he'd be here. He'll be here.
But it's like, he very well might do that.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great idea if you're like, I'm going to stop you from doing this one thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, meet me on the other side of the universe on this day.
Like, he should just go straight to Shale Ghul and then break the seals.
Yeah,
and
if
then
you're going to do it. Yeah, where's Rand? He's not here today.
He's never been here today.
So
he's never here today.
That's not what happens, because we know he shows up, but hilarious.
A part of me was like, maybe he won't.
Maybe he
and
won't show
I'm okay
up.
with that.
Yeah, it would be funny.
But part of Egwene's reasoning for Rand actually showing up is because he knows.
Oh, yeah.
He knows he shouldn't break the seals.
He knows it.
He knows it's wrong.
At least a part of him does.
And so that's why he's coming here, because he wants to be talked out of this.
He wants me to talk him out of the thing he said he wants to do, because he knows that it's the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, that's why he's giving me, like, he's giving the chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. This is
going to
go.
form a resistance.
It's going to go great.
I was like, I'm pretty sure he was just...
Yeah.
alerting you to the fact that this was happening out of courtesy.
Right.
And that's all.
Yeah.
And it was because he was all in Zen headspace.
And you're literally the Amerlin seat, and maybe he should let the leader...
And, like, that was nice of him. He did not have to.
Doesn't have to.
He definitely did not.
Historically, they have not treated him very well.
And I'm kind of anticipating that this entire meeting can be an email. I don't think that everybody needs to show up here.
Right. Like, does this have to be an in-person meeting? I don't know about that.
We could have gone on Zoom and had most people on mute. Like,
it's like the soldiers, we don't need the soldiers here. Like, they don't have a say anyways.
Yeah.
Like, we're just doing some grandstanding here.
Yeah.
Question for you, because we do get that her side of things is she thinks he wants her to talk him out of it. How do you think this meeting is going to go? Assuming that it does happen.
Good for Rand.
You think that it's going to go well? That we're going to agree to the things that Rand wants?
No. There's going to be no...
Rand's going to agree to the things that Egwene wants.
No.
What about all the other monarchs who are lining up here to...
I don't think that anyone really cares one way or another.
Okay.
I think Egwene cares the most.
Sure.
If there's a continuum...
Sure.
...of who cares the most...
Yeah.
If Rand breaks the seals...
Egwene's at the top.
It's like this to the far side.
Sure, yeah.
I guess to the top. I guess it depends. It could be a thermometer. So, however you want to picture it. Number line, thermometer, whatever.
You know?
Yeah, whatever. Although a thermometer is a number line, so...
Yeah.
Okay, focus.
Okay. On the scale of she cares the most.
Egwene cares the most.
Yeah.
Then probably Elaine cares the second most.
Okay.
Mostly because Egwene cares.
Yeah, but do you feel like she could be swayed because it's like she digs Rand?
No, she's pretty righteous.
Yeah, that's true. She is pretty righteous.
She's stubborn and righteous, and that's the way it is.
Okay.
I think the Borderlanders probably also don't want Rand to do, unless he's explained to them, like, nah, this is happening, and then they're like, oh, okay.
I could see them being in the middle, being like, you know what, but okay, I guess so.
That's
if
how
you
I
say
feel about,
so.
and everyone else is just sort of trailing behind Elaine and Egwene at this point.
Yeah. And we got some people who are probably like, there's literal seals? I thought that was a metaphor.
Right.
It's like, not
like, what are you talking about?
And also, most of them are already broken.
Exactly. And they're crumbling.
Yeah.
They're going to break.
Yes.
Yeah. And so on the other side of, like, someone who, like, really wants them broken is Rand.
Right.
And then Perrin.
Right. Because he supports... Well,
yeah.
You know what? Could I put Perrin more so than Rand? Because Perrin's got the whole blacksmithing side of things. He's like, that's how you do it.
No, you can't.
In some universe, I could assume that
cannot. It goes Rand.
Yeah.
Min.
Right.
Perrin.
I like it. You know
but they're all pretty close together.
That's a good lineup. Yeah.
Yeah. And then everyone else is just like wishy-washy in the middle.
Yeah.
And they're ready to stand on any side, really, at this point, I think.
Okay. All right. So now we should go meet.
Do you disagree? Do you agree?
I think he hit
Did
the
I
nail
miss
on it.
any groups?
I mean, yes. Yeah. Did you miss any groups? Yeah, most of them. Like the Aiel and the Terrans and the Ilianers
and they're all here.
The Mayenners, everyone's here. Yeah, we have everyone here. So we got Egwene the White Tower, the Aiel, Darlin is leading tier. We got the Ilianers. We got Chiron and Andor both under Elaine. We got the Band of the Red Hand who are also with Elaine technically. Then we got Perrin with the Two Rivers guys who also have Aleandra with Gildan. We've got Mayenne, and we don't have the King of Mirandi, King Rodran, but he still might show up. And basically, the Borderlanders should be here any minute because they were coming with Rand. And then the rest of the world is conquered by the Shanshan, so they don't even really count.
Yeah, you know,
So, like, we got...
on the
Yeah.
on the asterisk side of this, like, not even near the continuum, is the Shanshan.
Right.
They don't even know. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They just want to ambush the White Tower. That's it.
Right.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I bet they don't care.
They don't even
Break
care.
them. Don't break them.
Doesn't matter.
Whatevs.
Doesn't matter.
I saw an omen. The omen said, break them.
Yeah.
You know? Something like that.
Okay, so now we got to go meet Elaine.
Okay.
And Egwene notices, this is very important, that Gawain has a new necklace.
Oh, yeah. He's got some rings.
Yeah, he's got...
Which he's very closed-mouthed about.
He hasn't said anything about these 3 rings on a necklace that are jingle-jangling as he walks about.
Those are the Death Guard necklaces? From
Yeah,
the Shanshan guys?
From the Shanshan,
Yeah.
yes.
And
Yeah,
he-
exactly. Yeah, so the like the ring triangle ones.
Yeah.
Right.
He
so
should probably, at some point...
Right.
Okay.
That like are gonna, for sure, you know, they kill the user, but
Yeah.
they also give you like superpowers,
Right.
more or less.
Mm-hmm. Do you think one can be used again?
I don't know. Oh, it's a triangle, so like maybe.
Ooh, but it could be like a single use.
Could be. We have no knowledge of what it really is or how it works besides what we've seen. And
Let's ask Avienda.
We could do
Avienda
that.
will do her like
we
woo,
could
woo,
do that,
woo.
but that would also involve Gawain telling literally anybody.
Which he's not doing right now. Okay.
Yeah,
Which
especially
he
not
doesn't
Egwene.
have to. I think actually fine, Gawain, don't.
I mean, he did steal these from like a murder site. Like it was a crime scene.
Yeah,
He
but
went
the
in and
Aes Sedai
stole
would have got their
evidence.
grubby Aes Sedai fingers all over them.
They did, but on the scale of like contaminating crime scenes, you're not supposed to rob the bodies and take evidence
Unless
unless you want to.
you want to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And
I never thought I'd be on Gawain's side
and
here.
no one stops you.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we got one other faction here too, interestingly enough. Besides all the other ones that I listed, we got a bunch of farmers.
Yeah, just randoms.
Just randoms. And they've formed their own little crew of like 5 to 10,000.
Little coalition.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they're not soldiers, but, you know, people are here for the last battle. We got to fight. And we heard everyone coming here. So, like, yeah, let's do this.
I don't want to miss this.
I don't want to miss. Yeah, we got to do it. So,
Okay.
we got a whole bunch of nations here.
Okay, so as Elaine is coming up to meet them,
Yes. Yep.
Gawain freezes and all of a sudden goes, "It can't be!" And then
Yeah.
he takes off running. And can I tell you what I thought
What?
this was? It didn't cross my mind that this would be Morghese. I thought
Okay.
that Gawain would still be like so surprised that Elaine is pregnant. Because I couldn't remember
Oh.
if he knew
Yeah.
or if that was Galat. Like, I
Yeah.
remember somebody somewhere has seen that she's pregnant.
Right.
But I couldn't place it. And I was like, is this the big reveal for Gawain that Elaine, like, because she's clearly showing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
no,
was
he
like-
was in Camelin. He
'cause
already
I
went
was
through
like,
all those.
oh, that's true. He spent a lot of time with her.
Yeah.
Never mind. But in the moment,
In the moment.
when he's like, oh my God. And he
Which
goes
is,
running.
yeah.
And
This is so funny too, because Egwene's reaction to this, because he's like, oh my God, it can't be. Because if you recall, I don't know if everybody remembers this, Gawain has been pretty hung up on the fact that he has thought that Rand killed his mother.
murdered in cold blood.
Murdered in cold blood his mother. That's been like a pretty big deal.
He's going to kill Rand for
He's gonna
murdering his
kill
mother.
Rand. It's been, I don't want to say his entire personality, but it's been like
Ever since that random stranger in that
75%.
one random place.
that one guy who was like, I heard the Dragon Reborn killed her.
Ever since then.
And then Egwene was like, no, he didn't.
And Elaine was like, no, he
Right.
didn't.
Even though that happened, he's been like, I'm going to kill him. And then a couple chapters ago or whatever, like
He's
a book
like,
ago,
fine, Rand, you
guess
can
I
live.
guess I'll let it go. I won't kill you now.
Right.
Anyways, so Morghese is back. And then Egwene's like, oh yeah, I heard that was a thing that happened.
But I didn't want to tell you because
How do we feel about this? Because like
I
in
think
my
it's
mind,
good.
I think it's absolutely insane that she hasn't mentioned it to Gawain.
No, I think this is for the same reason that we're not telling Rand
Yeah.
that Moraine might be alive.
Sure.
At this point of the world,
Right.
until you see things,
Yeah.
there's a lot of rumor and speculation.
That's true. Okay,
and I
you know
actually
what? That's
think
fair.
it might be kind of mean to give him hope.
To be like, I heard your mom
I
might
heard
be
your
alive
mom
still.
might be
and then like
alive.
she's not. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Fair.
It depends, because they clearly don't have a relationship where where they talk freely back and forth.
I feel like Egwene and Elaine could have been like any sort of communication because traveling exists.
Sure.
Dream shouting exists.
Lots of things.
Morgaze is alive. Can you let Gawain know?
And that's probably what Elaine told Egwene. But Egwene, even though in her head she was like, I didn't tell Gawain because I didn't want to disappoint him if it wasn't true. I feel like she wanted to hold on to this information.
Right.
So I do, like...
You get it?
Think
Okay,
with
okay.
the way that she explains it, I was like, totally fair, fine. But do I 100% believe her motivation for not telling him?
Right.
No.
It's just
Which
our
is also
track record.
fine.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's like, at first... I'm thinking it's a little crazy not to give any sort, but then I also understand where you're coming from.
But
I get it.
But it wasn't from a point of complete empathy and compassion.
But thinking of it,
Egwene doesn't even have that.
Thinking it from a perspective of like Moraine went through a magical doorway into a magical land, and she might be alive if we can rescue her from said portal place.
Yeah,
is different than being like Rand, like I told you previously, didn't kill your mom, and Elaine, your sister, told me that she's alive. Like they're different. They're a little bit different. Yeah. So I don't know. Anyways, Gawain's shocked, and this is gonna ruin.
And
absolutely
Egwene
ruined.
is so disappointed because he's still so impulsive.
Running off across the field to his alive mother. Yeah. Yeah. But she's gonna give him a couple of minutes there to like do that because we don't want to wreck the entrance.
We don't want to completely ruin everything.
Yeah. Because like if she shows up, if Egwene goes out there now, then they have to do the bowing
because she's so important.
Let's give Gawain a moment here.
And while she's waiting, the heavens open.
They do.
The clouds split.
They do.
The sunshine pours down.
Blue skies.
And then Egwene can see Elaine turn towards Perrin's section of the camp.
Yeah.
And then Egwene's like, oh, he has come then.
Yeah, Rand's here. Mm-hmm. He's here. The sky's opened. Obviously, water bond with Elaine.
Yeah.
It's all there.
And he's going towards Perrin's crew.
Yeah. This is the calm before the storm. Yeah. This is literally what it is.
Yeah.
So
okay,
I like it. It's a nice little ending here.
Yeah.
Because the next thing after this meeting, Rand has said he's going to Shale Ghul. That's the next step.
After this meeting, was he going to break the seals and then go?
He wasn't exactly clear.
What's his 47-point plan?
Well, we weren't exactly clear on like location of where we break. Like, do we have to break the seals at Shale Ghul? Can we break them anywhere? Does it matter? Well, that's the thing. It's like, what's the actual plan? And is he going to give them the full plan? Because I don't know if I'd want to tell everybody.
No.
Dark Friends are still a thing, so like we gotta
100%.
be careful. We gotta be careful.
Oh yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Start saying like fake plans.
Right.
Be like fake plans over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I don't know.
Well, that's why I thought this meeting could have been fake plan.
Fake plan could be. We haven't seen the meeting yet.
It's not. It isn't.
Well, it's yeah.
He's here. It's happening.
Okay.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But that's the end of this perspective.
Yes, and now we can get into the real something wrong.
Yeah.
Which is the Black Tower.
Yeah, something's wrong.
It's not going great for anybody. Well, actually, that's not true. It's actually going pretty good for like ToM probably.
Oh, so good.
It seems like it's going really well for those guys.
So great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like things are coming up real peachy.
Okay, so we'll perspective switch into Androl.
Yes. Yep. Remember who he is?
He's a dude.
Who?
At the Black Tower.
Who is really good at?
Gateways.
But
bad at everything else.
Yeah, he's just super weak in the power. But he has a talent for gateways, so he's really good at them.
Yeah, and so he's trying out some gateways.
Yeah, and he's with
people, and he's like, nope, they're not working for me either.
Yeah, so we have the little low-gain, loyal crew here. So we've got Amarin, and recap on him. He is the noble dude who was posing as his dead brother. Like the lord from where Rand was hiding out, if you remember that whole backstory.
Yeah.
Yep. We've got Evan, who's the young guy. We've got Candler, who's the older guy who figured out how to bond his wife like a warder. And then ToM wasn't very happy about that, whatever.
Okay.
And then we have a couple other guys who are going to come in shortly. But right now it's just basically these guys who are trying to make gateways.
They're trying to figure this out. Because they're like, we tried to make gateways to get out and we can't.
Yeah.
And Andrel, you're super good at gateways.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
And like all other weaves work, everything else works, just not gateways.
Yeah. Turns out he can't do it.
Can't do it. He gets close. It was close. Like super close.
Okay. So the plan is to go around, look like you're doing surveillance like you've been told to do.
Right. Yep.
And then try to make gateways in different places.
Yeah, which is actually like pretty good. Like location wise, like maybe it's just like here, but maybe somewhere else in this huge expanse of the Black Tower, like maybe somewhere we can still make gateways.
But make sure you're not seen.
Yes, we don't want to be seen by ToM's men because that would be bad, obviously. So yeah. It's not a bad plan.
Okay. So then some other guy comes up to Andrel after this.
So
and
Norley
been
comes
spying.
up. Yeah, we don't know anything about this guy really at all, except that he smiles a lot, and Andrel thinks nobody really would think he's a spy for him. We
Too
also
smiley.
He's too smiley. Like, we don't know anything about him, though. Like, he's not really shown up before, so. But the reason why this guy comes up to talk to Andrel is because Andrel asked him to watch Mezar.
Some other dude.
We know this guy. So Mezar is the guy we do know, actually, because Mezar is one of the Ashaman who was at the fake Daughter of the Nine Moons meeting when Rand got his hand blown off. So he was one of the Ashaman who is like a Logain Rand loyalist who we like and trust.
Yeah.
He previously... So he came back a couple of days ago saying that Logain is fine and then things are going to be resolved with ToM, but now things seem kind of off.
Weird.
Yeah.
Things are weird. And so this spy guy...
Yeah, spy guy, I want to go check
is
on
like,
him.
listen, I checked up on him and he's there, but it's not really him.
Yeah.
It's his face.
Yep.
But it's definitely not his brain.
Yes. Yeah. So like something weird.
You can see it in his eyes.
Looks like him, talks like him, has his memories, but
Smiles
it's not this
all
dude.
wrong.
So this is kind of exactly what we saw already with, what is it, Tarna.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
With
Tarna
Pavar.
and Pavar, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Yeah, so Norley's like, okay, things are getting bad, we should probably leave. And Andrel's like, yeah.
We're trying, but we can't.
Can't get past the guards, can't make
guess
gateways.
What? Something's wrong.
Something is super wrong, especially with all these guys. So you had
and
said...
it's called a dream spike, probably.
Well, dream spike prevented them from gatewaying out of here.
And
but
then all the rest of it.
Yeah, and you had brought up the idea that you think maybe compulsion is the answer to why...
Mm-hmm.
So same with this guy.
Probably,
are we just
definitely,
thinking,
yeah.
So it's slowly but surely we're getting all the people who are like good guys and
yes,
compelling them. One at a time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a really weird description that it gives too, because it says something's wrong, something not quite alive inside his eyes. Doesn't seem to be a man, but a parody of one. A shadow stuffed inside human skin. It's like super creepy.
Yeah,
super creepy as a description of like a person.
You know what that actually made me think of? Is the servers at the Dark Friend Social.
Oh, yeah.
It's sort of like Dead Eyes.
Yeah.
Parody of a person.
Like soul sucked out of you type, like
except
whatever.
this feels like...
Slightly different.
Yeah, because this is a person who has memories and talks and
right.
stuff. But some darky darkness.
Something wrong. Yeah, okay. So now Andrel's like, okay, you go talk to all the other people, see who we can find who's like loyal. We gotta try and build some sort of alliance here. And Andrel's plan is to move everybody who like we know are good guys still, move them into a shared barrack where they can keep guards posted to try and protect the few numbers they do have. And Norley's like, well, that's gonna be pretty obvious, but Andrel's like,
at this point,
it's already the split in factions here is already very obvious. So we're going to try to play a little bit of defense here and maybe protect our families as much as we can. So it's not great.
Nope, it's bad.
Yeah.
So then Andrel keeps moving through the village and he comes to an area where he knows the women of the Red Aja are staying.
Yeah.
And he's previously like avoided them
because
they
he's
suck.
kind of done this like, not even thinking about coming here. And he's just like, whoa, why am I here? Like why did my feet bring me here?
Yeah. Now he knows they said they came to bond Ashaman, even though they haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
And so he knocks and a red answers the door.
Yeah. And we know from the description, that it's Pavara.
Right. Well, I didn't get that till like at the very end, but
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it now.
You know now.
But immediately it's not obvious.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
I hope it is. Like you're doing that thing where you're like, "Ooh, I really hope that this is because I like Andrel and
right.
So you're like hoping that it's somebody who wants to be on his side."
Yeah.
So Angel really hopes he's making a good decision right now. And he says, hey, listen, I hear you want to leave the Black Tower. And she's like, oh, good. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Has the Mahale changed his mind?
Can we please?
Can we please? Can we go?
No.
And then Angel's like, nope.
Nope.
And you're not the only one who wants to leave, Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
And then she like looks at him, and then she's like, I'll come, and she doesn't know if she could trust him.
Well, and it's like obvious, like, is this some sort of like ploy?
Right?
Fair.
And then he says, there's something wrong in this place. Something worse than you understand. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, like maybe.
No, I think she understands.
She understands.
She gets it.
Yeah, she's not walking around here and be like, oh, this is all great.
Yeah.
Things are going super well.
Yeah. And then I think this is the moment that actually is the best argument for him.
Okay.
Where he says, a long time ago, men and women who could channel would work together and they were stronger for it. Please hear me out. And
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's like someone who is a Taim lackey probably wouldn't say that.
Right.
Like, it's just like, probably wouldn't.
No,
probably
no
wouldn't.
not at all.
Yeah.
And so she says, come in, but quickly because my roommate Tarna
Yeah.
is out and she's going to come back soon.
And we got to get this done before she gets
Before
back.
she comes back because her brain is also mush.
Her brain's also fried, yeah.
And I'm worried for when Andrel or Pavara also gets their brain mushed.
Oh, no, that's going to be bad. Okay. You know what? There's one funny line here, and I'm pretty sure Swan would love it.
About flying fish.
Yeah, because...
Yeah, I actually picked that up too.
Yeah.
I was like, where's Andrel from?
Yeah,
Is it Tyr?
When you
Is
stare down...
Andrel originally from Tyr? Because
What's
why?
with the fish metaphors?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you stare down the gullet of a lionfish, a pirate's brig doesn't seem so bad. It's like, okay, sure. Yeah, that works.
Also a fisher.
Also, must
Yeah.
be. All right, so that's it. Yeah, it's a good setup too. So now we got like this maybe alliance between like the Ashaman we like and the few of the Red Aja that we like. The limited number. The one that we like.
Who's like, okay.
Yeah, so are we hopeful? Are we hopeful for what's
No.
We're not hopeful.
Oh no.
Like, because this could all go very wrong.
Horribly.
Still.
And it will.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Yeah.
And I wonder, my wonder
Right.
is
Yeah.
if this will distract Rand from his Shale Ghul mission.
Interesting. Like, he has to deal with
He's
this
gonna
first?
have to deal with
The Black Tower?
the Black Tower.
Yeah.
Or someone, like, it's gonna have to be a thing
Yeah.
that we have to deal with.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about some problems in life. If you ignore them long enough, they go away.
This
or
isn't
become
one of
someone
them.
else's problem.
This is actually gonna become
Yeah.
the last battle problem.
Right.
Because this is literally a training camp for dreadlords.
Ooh, well, when you say it like that, you make it sound bad and evil.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I could have told you.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to know
Right.
if this has something to do with Demandred in some way.
It could, you never know. You never know.
Oh, God. It has to do with something. It has to do with someone. One of them.
You would assume so.
I haven't heard from the Forsaken in so long.
What are they even doing?
What
are they doing?
They've never been here today.
Oh,
They're just
man.
like, Rand,
Come on.
come on.
Do something. Next book.
Well, it'll have to be.
It has to be. There's
There's-
no more books after this.
That's a wild thing to say.
Well, yeah.
Whoa, this is weird for me.
Right? Because, like, last book.
I don't really like that.
Pretty
it
soon.
makes me too nervous.
And, like, we have an epilogue still. We have an epilogue.
I know that.
But that's, like, one chapter.
It's going to go so fast.
It's going to be super fast. And then we have...
I was just complaining that it took a year to read this book. But, you know.
You have another year.
I have another
We're
year.
not getting through Memory of
know.
Light in less than that amount of time.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Actually good, though.
And not even just because, like, we're going to go slow, but it's because, like, it's a big
Content
book.
heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even content. It's not even the content heavy
It
part.
better be. It better be content heavy. There's so much that needs to happen.
But that's the thing. There's also, like, a ton of chapters.
Good.
And it's content heavy. It's a big guy.
Great.
Yeah.
I love that for us.
Okay.
Let's take a break.
Okay. Yes. Maybe get some dinner.
Dinner?
A rabbit for supper. That's the
Oh.
next.
I was like, we already ate. You want to eat again?
Oh,
At our
maybe.
break?
Maybe. You can get a drink.
I was like, I need to fill up my drink. Like, I just want some water. Like, I
Okay.
don't. Okay, so we are back, and we are going to talk about chapter 57,
Yep.
the last chapter officially of this book.
Epilogues aren't official chapters?
Of course not.
Oh, yeah, it's an epilogue.
It
Yeah.
doesn't have a chapter number.
That's true. I can't argue with that. It doesn't
It
have
is-
a chapter name. It doesn't have a
No,
name.
it has an epilogue name.
That's true. Okay, good point. Okay.
A rabbit for supper.
I like it. I
know.
Okay?
I like this one too.
You're worried about your boy Matt.
Well,
you know?
no, I actually was surprised to get this.
Really? Okay.
To get this entire perspective,
Right.
I really thought the cliffhanger was
Yeah.
going to be Matt jumping out. You weren't sure where they were going to end up.
Oh, yeah,
You weren't
yeah,
sure who was actually making it and who wasn't.
That's true.
And if Moraine would even live, like, jumping through there. Like,
Right.
Or if there was, like, some weird thing where she, like, as soon as she passed through, dies.
Totally
Like,
could have left it for another book. Yeah.
I really
Absolutely.
thought,
Yeah.
like, that was just the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
It's just hopeful enough
Yeah.
with a tinge
For sure.
of
For sure.
what if.
Yeah. And the entire time we're like, no, nothing bad could happen
yeah,
between
but-
books.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's great. It's great.
No. And so this was kind of nice. So we have our chapter symbol is the 5 dice, which pushed it up into that winning spot.
It did.
Tied for first.
It did.
Which I just found out today.
You know, honestly, I'm surprised that you remember that, even though the fun fact.
After all of this? Yeah.
The fun fact, yeah. I mean,
I remember some things.
we took like an hour-long interlude between chapters here.
We got things to talk about.
Yeah. No, that's fine. The future.
Yeah.
Anyways, you know, it's really funny because Matt comes out still cursing at the station.
It's so
It's
funny.
so funny.
I actually
He's in,
really
and
like
another thing.
And your mother.
And your mother.
And your mother.
It's so good because he's still and it's like it's really good too.
Yeah, so it's like the next moment.
Yeah.
In Matt's perspective, he's coming out the other side of the Tower of Genjai and just shouting out profanity.
Yeah. I beat you, you crusty boot leavings. I, Matcham Cawthon, survived your traps, ha! And you gave me the way out. Chew on that bitterness for lunch, you flaming, burning, misbegotten liars.
I'm gonna put that as my new email signature. Chew on that.
When your company's like, you need to put something at the bottom of your email signature.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their own little quotes. Chew on that bitterness for lunch.
Yeah.
That is solid. Okay. All right. So we did it. We won. We beat the snakes and foxes.
I know. And even as he's yelling that, I was like, did we? Like,
Well,
I still
yeah.
feel like nervous.
Well, because even they're like, oh, let's move a little bit away from the tower. Let's put some distance here just in case. Because like I know we're cursing at them right now, but like I don't know, can they come out? Maybe. Like,
who's to say?
Let's not push this.
Okay, so
yeah.
ToM has set Moraine up on the ground, who's still pretty weak, and
Yeah.
turns out, I have to say my least favorite sentence in the whole world,
What?
Tyler was right.
Ugh, gross. Hate it.
Moraine was naked.
What?
She's naked.
Oh, man.
She's wrapped in Tom's cloak.
That doesn't mean she was naked.
No, it specifically says she's naked, and I argued with Tyler.
No,
when he was like, she's floating in mist.
The first time boobs are out, and I don't think I ever...
Yeah, here, I'll let you...
Oh, we need to... Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we've done some sleuthing. Now, listen,
Yeah.
this actually doesn't come up till later on. I was just very excited to talk about
But also,
naked Moraine.
you have informed me that we shut down Tyler pretty hard.
Yeah, we did. He was
I don't
like, I think
remember
she's
that.
naked. And we're like, no, shut up, idiot. And
I have no memory of that.
so we went back
in
time.
She might be naked.
And, 100% she's naked.
No,
and
no,
so,
it's like
no,
90%.
it's 100%.
It's like
and I'll point
95%.
out the reasons why.
Okay.
So when she's in the tower,
Yeah.
she's floating in the center of the room.
Yeah.
And it says she was clothed only in a fine white mist that shifted and shone around her.
Yeah, but maybe because you can't see her clothes underneath
You can't
the
see
mist.
her. But
Who
then
knows?
ToM like wraps his cloak around himself.
But it doesn't specifically say he wraps it around her naked boobs.
No,
it doesn't
does
say
not.
that.
It doesn't.
It
say
doesn't say that.
You're
okay?
absolutely right about that. But
Yeah.
now I have a couple other points to bring up
Right.
as we move through this chapter.
Okay.
So I will point them out as we go.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I think.
Okay. Well, I'll point them out.
Okay. All right. So we've got ToM setting up Moraine on the ground back in real time here.
Yeah.
And Moraine wants to know who was the other person. The
Yeah.
one that I saw, but I don't know.
I know there have to be 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they give the most roundabout answer. Like, why can't we Why, of all the things that we can tell Moraine, why aren't we saying Jane Farstrider?
He was a friend.
He was a friend.
He was a great man.
Great man, a hero.
Make sure when you write this ballad, Tom, he's the hero.
He's the hero. It's like, but at no point does anyone say, oh, that was Jane Farstrider. Because you'd be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Shocking.
Well, Moraine will learn it. Tom will tell her.
Yeah, right.
Eventually.
Right. Like when he reads the book that he writes, the ballad. Wait, ballads aren't books.
No,
the song.
It's not loyal.
When he sings her the song.
When he sings the song.
That he creates.
Yes. Then she'll get it.
Exactly. All right, and then interestingly, we have Matt thinking about how ToM wasn't surprised when Noel was like, I'm Jane Farstrider.
Which was so confusing for me because it felt to me like Matt wasn't surprised. But here, it sounds like Matt was surprised.
But also Matt thinks one thing and actually believes another and says a different thing.
Okay, because he's like, ToM totally knew it was Jane Farstrider and didn't even tell me, idiot.
It's like, well, you didn't seem surprised either.
Some friend ToM was.
Yeah, it's like none of you were surprised.
Yeah.
And that's why it makes sense that Noel is the Kylo Ren of the SNL.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I knew immediately.
Okay, anyway. And then this is when they move away because they don't like the tower looming over them.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, good idea. I also think it's interesting that at one point Matt thinks that he's surprised they didn't show up in Ruidian.
Yeah, because he asked to be away from here and back in Ruidian.
Yeah.
And this just brought them back out here. So
yeah.
I guess lucky. Doesn't matter, probably.
Well, I guess we could argue again about the merits of luck, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we get a little bit of a time shift here, because now we still have our 3 people here.
Yep.
But further away from the Tower of Genji.
Yeah, we kind of have a little camp set up.
Sort of, but missing a few essentials for said camp, which we're going to find, don't worry.
Okay, okay.
It's part of the lot.
Oh my gosh, it's part of the journey. Okay.
Part of the journey.
So Moraine starts telling them about her time.
Yes, this is like an info dump, and it's really great. It
really is. Okay,
yeah.
You're excited for this. You
Super
probably
excited.
have way more details than I do, so go ahead.
Well, it's just like clarification on things that we've thought about and talked about and heard, but now we've got like a first-hand perspective from Moraine, who got to live in the Finn world
for however long that was.
However long time works there, she was there for that amount.
And also however time works out here.
Right?
In the book, and also for us. It's hard to say.
It's different things. Okay, so she says that the Aelfinn and Eilfinn don't specifically feed off of emotion. They don't need it to survive. They just really, really like it.
They just get super drunk on it.
Yeah, it's like...
They get high. They get high on it.
It's drugs. That's what it is.
It pleases them greatly.
Yeah, and we did get to see that dude rolling around on the ground with Matt's eyeball clutched in his hands.
Oh, yeah, he really liked that.
Yeah, it was really good. Okay, so we get this cute little moment here. Tom's trying to make a fire, but they don't have anything to warm.
He sucks at it.
Well, he's not. The wood's wet, whatever. But then, hey, if you recall, Moraine can channel,
but only a teeny little bit.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so she explains that the Finns savor and relish powerful emotions, and Taviran even more than that. And we probably got to see some of that with the whole Matt thing.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense why they were super, super duper into that. But then she explains that the Finn also enjoy another thing, which is feeding off of the one power. So they got to double dip on her, one side of actually feeding off of her power, and then the other of her sorrow over losing the power as they drained her of her ability.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Moraine has come out of
Crazy.
Here very, 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 very weak in the power.
Because it drained her.
They drained her, yeah. Now, there's also a very, very interesting note here.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. Have I mentioned how interesting it is?
It's so interesting.
So interesting.
How interesting is it? It's so interesting.
Okay. Okay.
It's so interesting.
They claimed
that it confirms a few little things that we were curious about.
Okay. So they claim that they killed Lanfear by draining her too quickly.
Yeah.
However, Moraine doesn't think that's true.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She thinks that they're just trying to scare her because Moraine saw a man there in the realm of the Aelfinn and Eilfinn, and he said that Moraine was not the one that he wanted.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, now you're thinking. Now the wheels are turning.
Well, because I thought he was there to, collector.
Right. Like Moraine?
No, Lanfear.
Okay, so this man who is here...
It's probably Morden.
Okay, but like how, what, why...
Because he
Explain.
wanted to do the Corsouvre thingy.
Okay, what does that mean though?
He showed up there.
And?
He didn't want Moraine.
Didn't want Moraine.
He wanted Lanfear.
Wanted Lanfear. So what?
And she was probably like basically dead.
Right.
But like maybe not quite.
Okay.
Like maybe to the eelfin, they were like, she's basically drained and she sucks.
Yeah.
So we don't want her anymore.
Okay.
And Morden shows up.
And
is like, Corsouvre, bitch.
Yeah.
And
yeah, well,
now,
she's in a different body.
Yeah, but that maybe she was dead. Or Morden kills her.
Okay.
Anyway. So many possibilities.
Your brain is going a mile a minute here. There's a
all
lot of
I
things.
can say for sure.
Yeah.
Here are the things we know.
Yeah.
Guy shows up.
Wants
Lanfear.
Right.
Lanfear now. Corsouvre and
Sindane. Right.
So whatever happened here, it wasn't good for Lanfear.
Or it was, because like, would it be better if she was still stuck here?
No. This was not good for Lanfear.
Hey,
Lanfear hates this more than anything.
Hypothetical.
Lanfear would probably rather be dead.
No, hypothetical. Okay.
Okay.
If Matt, Noel, and Tom got in here, and Moraine and Lanfear were both here still...
They would save Lanfear too.
Yeah? You think so?
Oh, yes.
Interesting.
And then Moraine would kill her, like, outside.
Save her just so that I can kill her outside the tower.
Matt has hero complex.
He does. Okay.
Even if it's a Forsaken. It's like the flaw that Rand has.
Right.
Unless, here's what else could have happened.
Here's another thing. And another thing. Okay, keep going. This is gold.
She could have died while getting Moraine out. Like, Matt could have been like, killed you.
Sacrifice Lanfear to save Moraine?
Except the problem is nobody here has balefire.
Right.
And Moraine's too weak to do that now.
Okay.
And that's what we need to really wipe her off.
Sure.
So it wouldn't even matter. None of this matters.
Yeah. Now, when I said this is gold, I didn't mean in the accuracy of what
no,
you're
I
saying.
understand.
Okay.
I get it. I know.
It's just, you're just saying a lot of things.
I just like saying things.
Okay. All right. So, we're going to change the subject, though, because...
Okay, can I talk about Moraine's appearance? Because I forgot
Okay.
just how much
Yeah.
Moraine is modeled after me.
Identical, basically.
Actually.
Yeah.
Kind of. It feels so close to exactly who I am as a person because she's super short.
I got a really good office line for you, but it's not very nice.
No, well, don't say it. Only say nice things.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Really short.
Yeah.
Super short, like 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
Same as me.
It's like when Michael Scott is comparing himself to Danny Cordray.
Oh, same thing. Okay.
It's hard to judge yourselves accurately.
Okay, except this is exactly like if someone was describing me in a book.
Right.
I feel like this is my description.
Yeah.
With brown curly hair.
Sure.
And then especially with the description of her eyes like dark brown topaz.
Yeah.
I would say that that's how I would love my eyes to be described.
I agree. That's how I always describe them.
Well, you should, actually.
Yeah.
That's very nice. I have brown eyes, but I always feel like, dark brown topaz. Lovely.
Way better.
That's
way better. Okay.
So to recap. Short.
Yeah.
Stubborn.
Right.
Very powerful.
Absolutely. Well, okay. Not anymore, but used to be.
I would say, I would argue she's still powerful, even if it's not in the power.
Okay. All right.
Curly brown hair.
Yeah.
Eyes like dark brown topaz.
Perfect.
It's me.
I agree. We're saying the same thing.
Tell me it's not.
I agree with you.
I mean, am I Rosamund Pike? No. Close? Maybe. I would say I'm more close to this description than Rosamund Pike is.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. You
didn't think it was going to go there.
Got
but I
that
forgot.
out of your system?
I forgot how much I identified with Moraine.
Okay. Can we talk about what's actually important here?
You know what my favorite line of the entire series is so far? It's from book 1. And
I'll kill you myself if you turn the...
No, it's very, very specific. And it's when Rand thinks that Moraine makes him feel ungainly in his tallness.
Oh, yeah. Because
she's very short, but
right.
It's almost like she's the right height and he's too tall.
He's the wrong height.
And that has stuck with me for 6 years. So thank you, Moraine.
I like that. Okay, let's talk about the other stuff that's
Yeah,
happened
we have
here.
nothing else to talk about this chapter, so it's fine. It's at the end, or
No?
no?
Not quite.
Okay.
Not quite. Because now we're going to talk about the angriel that she has.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so ToM takes it out of his pocket because he took it with them.
Can you confirm something for me?
Sure. No, maybe. Probably not. Go.
You actually might be able to if you
Okay.
look it up. Or
Okay.
you might just know.
Okay.
Was this a bracelet Lanfear was wearing
No.
as they went through the doorway and Moraine was trying to wrestle it off her?
No. She says what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. No.
Okay.
So Moraine went in through a doorway. So the pact, the agreement, the treaty still holds.
Right. Okay.
So she was allowed to have her 3 wishes.
Mm-hmm.
And she wished for this.
Oh, the angriel.
This is one of her wishes. So they gave it to her, an angriel that is so powerful that it might be a sangreal, is how they described it. We don't actually know what she wished for, but this is what she was given.
Okay.
And she said that when she was making her wishes, she didn't know that they would be able to use this against her because they could make her draw more of the power through the angriel to get more of that delicious power juice.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that worked.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So this angriel is one of her wishes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Matt says, wait a second, you got wishes. What were your other 2 wishes? And she says, none your business.
Yeah, Nanya.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
so curious. I
Yeah.
want to know.
Well, and that's a big thing because she also mentions that, hey, asking, getting out wasn't simple since the doorway was melted. And she'd already seen her future where no matter what she bargained for, she wasn't getting out unless Matt
Yeah.
rescued her, basically.
Yeah. I actually saw a really interesting comment,
Mhm.
and I wish I could give credit to the person who said it, but I saw it somewhere.
Not prepared for that.
Not even a little bit. It just came to my mind.
Yeah.
But somebody somewhere said, we can't 100% call Moraine damsel in distress because she orchestrated her own escape.
She did. That's true.
Like her own rescue.
She did.
She made it happen for herself.
Yeah.
And so, therefore,
Yeah.
we can still love it.
You know what? I'm cool with that.
Yeah. It might have been on Discord or
I like
YouTube.
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And Matt actually thinks about how Moraine knowing what would happen by taking Lanfear through the doorway and then still going through with that makes it even a bit like a bigger deal. Like
Crazy.
she's stronger for that.
Yeah.
Because she knew it was going to happen to her.
Okay,
So,
now we also need to point out that when she's talking about how she has less power than she ever had before,
yes.
she goes to hold Tom's hand,
Right.
but to do that, she has to take her hand out from the cloak.
Yes. Yeah.
And it says, revealing a slender, pale shoulder and collarbone.
Which to me is like, that's not verification that she's totally 100% naked under there, but with everything else and then the next thing too. Like,
Yeah,
maybe.
there's another thing
Maybe.
too. So,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm probably on the board with like, yeah, okay. I think she's naked under here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now we're going to change the conversation.
Oh yeah, Matt, how does your eye feel?
No, we're going to change it from that too. Because
Bad. It feels bad. It's
feels
hurting
bad, man.
a lot.
Yeah. So that was the whole conversation of like, oh, I can't channel. But then with this angriel, she's actually more powerful than she used to be because it's like a super powerful angriel.
Ooh,
So like
okay.
that's cool. So as long as she keeps that
Yeah,
on
and
her.
we can't heal his eye back to being an eye. Like, we can't give him eyesight back.
Yeah, but we can make the pain go away.
Yeah.
So, but he's not going to do it.
No.
So we're just
Oh,
going
still scared of the power, Matt?
to... He's not scared of it. He
No,
just
leave me
doesn't want-
alone.
He just doesn't want to be around it or have anything to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about Rand. That's the next most important thing here.
Yeah, we're super curious.
She has to find him because he is going to need her help. Fair.
Well, maybe. He's been doing pretty good on his own.
Not according to Matt.
Nah, Matt says he's been doing great on his own.
No, he says he's half mad and the whole world is at each other's throats. And he's like, well, actually, he's got like most everybody pointed towards the last battle. And Varen says that he managed to clean Sidene. So good for him.
Yeah, Moraine's like, oh shit, that's excellent.
Wow, that's actually a big deal.
Yeah. How did he do that? I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a prophecy too, because like she's got her lines. She says, "By the dragon came our pain, and by the dragon was the wound repaired."
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that could mean a lot of things, but...
No. If it's one thing, and this is the thing. Trust Moraine. Come on. We've been with her for, like, we haven't had her for a long time.
Matt keeps saying we should have a festival to celebrate.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, we should.
Yeah, I think he just needs a good excuse to get drunk.
It's like, yeah, we just rescued her from the tower again.
Yeah,
That's
for
good
sure.
enough. Okay, so now we got to get Moiraine filled in on a few things. So Elaine is queen. Rand killed Ravin, but then Matt doesn't. Okay, this is actually hilarious because there's been a few real life things that have like made me feel like Matt lately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, not in a cool way.
Oh.
But in like a, I don't have any of the answers that you're looking for kind of way.
Oh, okay.
Because Maureen's like, wow, this very big event happened. Tell me more about it. And he's like, I don't know.
I wasn't there.
Didn't ask it. I didn't ask for any follow-up questions. I don't know.
Yep.
I have no clue. Don't ask me any more questions because I don't know. And I didn't ask and I'm not going to find out.
So, Elena's queen?
Yeah.
Sure is.
Yeah.
And everyone thought her mother was killed by Ravin, but wasn't.
Yeah. Well, it's like those, you ever see those videos where it's like the girl is asking the guy about like his best friend who just got engaged. And then she's like, oh, when did he propose? How did he propose? And the guy's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They've been together for like some time. I don't know what kind of ring it is. I have no idea when they're getting married.
Yeah. Except super tricky.
Yeah.
When Moiraine is like, oh yeah, you told me Ravin killed Morgaze. And he goes, I did? When? And she goes, a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
But that has me confused because what? When?
Yeah, so I had to look this one up because it's kind of confusing. But the question that she's asking and Matt's telling her right now is a little different than what we might remember timeline-wise. So end of book 5, we have Moiraine going through the doorway.
Yeah.
And then after that, Rand kills Ravin.
Yes.
But Matt is specifically telling Moiraine that Morgaze was killed by Ravin. So right before all those events in Fires of Heaven, chapter 51, Matt and Rand and Moiraine, like there's a whole bunch of them who are having a conversation, and Matt thinks that Ravin killed Morgaze.
Okay.
So he's the one who tells her that because then like Rand technically corrected Matt that Gabriel is Ravin.
Right. Well, because Matt was at the palace.
Yeah.
In Camelin.
Yeah.
And looked through a window and saw Gabriel being a dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
so
like,
Matt,
that whole thing happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So Matt's under the assumption that Morgaze was killed by Gabriel, and then Rand's like, no, Gabriel's Ravin. So Moraine's like, yeah, you told me that Morgaze is dead from Ravin. So like, it's not.
I kind of feel like Matt here too.
Yeah.
I did? When?
Yeah. And it's like a long time ago. And it's not even right information because Ravin didn't kill Morgaze technically.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, whatever. Rand finished him off, so that's good.
Doesn't matter. We're all good. Yeah. It's done.
And then Moraine's like, and the other Forsaken?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Didn't ask. Don't care. I
don't know. That hasn't been my mission. But then ToM totally rats Matt out.
Yeah.
And is like, oh, yeah? He's been super busy marrying the Empress of Seanchan land.
Yeah. He's like, accidentally, dude. I don't know their customs. It was an accident.
And this makes Moiraine blink in surprise.
Well, and she's the one who's always like, Will Weaves, bro. So.
Right. But that's big news.
Yeah.
She had no clue that was happening. Like, how do you accidentally marry the Seanchan Empress?
Yeah. Well, just ask Matt. Okay.
Speaking of which, I forgot to tell you, I was drinking the
Empress gin.
The Empress gin.
Yeah. Yeah.
May she live forever.
Right.
Beverage this evening.
Okay. All right, back to it now because we're almost done here.
Ta'veren
stuff happening. So Moiraine needs to find Rand because that needs to happen.
Uh-huh.
And Matt says, you can go find him, but I have things to do in Camelin.
Yeah, I don't give a frick what that guy's doing right now. I got my own stuff to worry about.
Not important, but now it's Moiraine's turn to surprise Matt and also maybe ToM. I don't know, but mostly Matt. Yeah.
Yeah. Dearest ToM.
Mm-hmm.
Which shouldn't be that much of a surprise because that's literally how she wrote her letter to him.
Yeah.
It started, Dearest ToM.
I love that Matt has no clue what's happening.
Yeah.
He is so shocked.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she proposes. I would have you for a husband if you'll have me for a wife. And who's going to say no to a naked Moiraine? Come on.
Well, and you know that specifically here because she lifts her other hand out of the cloak, barely staying modest.
That's part of the strategy for the proposal.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So anyways, Matt is shocked. He doesn't know what the heck's happening.
Well, and Moiraine and ToM have a back and forth. No, we can't. I'll never take this away from you. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. I don't like women who can channel. I can barely channel. I'll throw in my super powerful anger. And he's like, no, don't do that. That's crazy. And then Matt is like jabbering in the background. And ToM's like, shut up about it, Matt. No part of this involves you.
Yeah. And, side note, Moiraine says, my previous warder should be with another by now. I certainly hope.
Lan and Nynaeve.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So,
yes,
how then was that bond severed?
Wasn't severed.
But how come Lan so vehemently believed and felt that Moiraine was dead?
Well, it got passed. She passed the bond to Morale.
As she was falling through the doorway?
It's not super clear, but it seems like it can be like, upon my death, pass it to this person.
Yeah, but it wasn't her death.
No, but it was severed because the doorway was like burned down.
No.
It was weird.
Because she went through the door. But this is the argument that I've been having with other people.
Sure.
For 3 years.
Yeah.
9 months. And like, how long ago was that? 15 days.
Right.
I've been having this argument with people because they're like, well, no, because Lan for sure thinks Moiraine's dead because of the bond thing.
Yeah. Snip, snap. Got past the Morale. I don't know what you want from me here.
More explanation than that.
It's magic. Like, what else is there?
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Move on. It was such a sticking point.
3 years ago. Let it go.
Over the last 3 years.
Right.
It's been such a point of how can Moiraine still be alive when Lan thinks that she's dead, when the last time she went through the doorway, she came out and the bond was still there.
Yeah, but the doorway burned down. I don't see what's so hard.
I don't think that had to do with anything.
It has to.
I know. I thought that. That was definitely an argument I made.
Yeah.
But now I'm on the other side of it. I just want to know, because I
Right.
know she's alive.
Right.
So now I kind of want more logistics
Okay.
behind what the hell happened there.
Yeah. So I have bad news for you.
Is it just a whole writer's ploy?
No.
It was a trick
It
to
wasn't a
make us
trick.
believe
The
that
door
she was dead?
the doorway got burned
How did
down.
that affect her bond with Lan? It
Better
shouldn't
question
have.
is, why did the doorway burn down? Like, what happened there? Why
Oh,
did
it was on fire. The cart was on fire.
Why is normal fire gonna burn down a terrain grill? Mm-hmm. How about that? How about that for a question?
Flammable material.
That's not how doorways are made.
I don't want to get into another conversation about doorways.
Okay. So, Matt is so confused. He's like, how did I miss this? When did you guys start liking each other? And
Never mind loving each other for
says
marriage.
To all of the readers out there, you weren't paying attention, idiot.
Yeah.
And it's
except
like,
that,
rude.
Like, I was. I feel like in book 1, I was like, these two are going to end up together.
I mean, it's easy to miss, though, if you're not looking for it.
No,
so.
it's also super easy to pick up.
Okay. Whoa, look at you all. Super easy to...
I was like, oh, totally. Moiraine and Tom. This is a gold star, I get. It's a prediction I made.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't know.
Moiraine and Tom together? Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Sure did.
Okay.
Sure
right.
did, bud.
Whoa. Whoa, don't bud me.
Okay, guy.
Not your guy friend. Okay. I swear, we're almost done this chapter.
I know.
Here.
I'm having fun.
All right, so Maureen's like, I want to go on an adventure with you, and we're going to travel across the countryside.
I love it.
Because we're not going to hang out in Tar Valon. We're just
That
going to,
place sucks.
go traipsing, assuming that we both live through the last battle.
Yeah, right. Okay.
We will go and live our lives.
Oh my gosh. What if Moiraine dies in the last battle after all of this? Because she needs to save the world. Because that's what Matt gave up. He gave up half the light of his world to save the world.
Yeah, these two might
for
not
Moiraine.
make it. That
I
might
don't
happen.
think Moiraine's going to make it. That's
what about Tom, this elderly...
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Honestly, whatever.
You know? Whoa! You just got her back and now you're like, sure, kill her off?
No.
I don't understand
In a real heroic way, she's going to save the world. We need her to save the world.
That's a pretty big thing.
So sure, she can die if it saves the world.
Fine. All right.
That's why she had to come back.
You give permission to Moiraine.
But anyway, we're going to marry each other right now.
No, because Matt's not doing it.
Well, he should.
He's not a...
He would be worse at doing marriages than Perrin.
Do you have to get a certification?
And Perrin was so bad.
Perrin was the worst.
Actually, Matt would be better. He'd be funnier, at least.
He would say more than nothing.
Well, I guess you're married now.
Perrin's not even in this chapter or episode. He's still getting ragged on. Okay,
so we have to go find someone else to get married? I really thought that they just got married.
Well, here's a question. So Matt's going to give him some alone time here. And he's gone for a while. He's gone for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, she has to bond him as a warder.
Right. Is that happening right now?
Yeah.
Because they talk about it. It's like...
Yes, of course.
Husband/warder.
Right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
And that's going to be pretty cool because, ToM as a warder now with like Water enhancements.
And then
sweet.
ToM and Maureen, they're both kind of like, Matt, water bond is pretty great.
You should think about it.
You should probably do it.
And also, like, maybe, I don't know.
Except not Jolene. Except now Jolene is all nice.
Or Tuon.
Because didn't we
Tuon's
figure
never
out, Matt, that your wife could channel if she wanted to? And he's like, yeah, but she never will.
Yeah, she doesn't want to. And if she does, she's going to lie about it.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Matt's going to spend some time. He's going to do a little memorial for Noel.
Yeah.
And he's going to sit down and think about stuff. So Maureen is safe. He survived, minus an eyeball.
Yep.
And he doesn't know if the Finns still have strings tied to him. But he went into their house. He made it out alive. So the big question is...
One eye lost.
Yeah, one eye lost. What is having one eye going to do for my fighting abilities?
Mm-hmm.
And what's Tuon going to think about a guy who maybe can't defend himself as well? Anyways, he pulls out a knife.
Yeah. Whips it
Behind his back.
Yeah. Kills a rabbit.
Kills a rabbit.
Yep.
Kills a rabbit. And he's like, okay, well, I don't have an eye, but I still have my luck. So, like, that's good. And then he looks back towards the river, and then there's just, like, this pot.
Yeah. Oh, because we missed the whole thing about Maureen not being able to have any tea.
Because she didn't have a pot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
nothing to boil it in.
He finds a pot, and he's got a rabbit, and he's like, I'm going to cook this rabbit for dinner.
Maureen's gonna get her tea after all.
You don't need an eyeball when you got Matt's luck. So...
Honestly, yeah, except that he should get some healing.
Well, for the pain, but
yeah, he's like described as like throbbing and stuff.
You would have to assume. And okay, here's the thing too. Like if a regular person ripped your eyeball out, sure, that's one thing.
Can we not though?
I'm just saying, like maybe because like the Finn have like they got the sharp pointing claws. Maybe it was more surgical and like
it was like severed
and less like. Are we worried about infection?
Oh, no, okay.
No, like it's like a
magical
creature ripping your eyeball out. Like I'm not as worried about regular eyeball issues.
Is he gonna get a cool eye patch?
You would have to assume.
Like Uno.
Exactly like Uno.
Uno has an eye patch.
He's gonna paint a little
eye on this
eye patch.
Eye
on the eye patch. That picture doesn't have a little eye
okay. His hat's covering his eyes.
A little bit.
That's a sneaky picture.
Okay. Yeah, that's
also, super important question.
Right.
Can ToM's water cloak also have gleam-in patches?
Yeah, no.
Really important, we all need to know.
Right. Maybe and no.
I don't know. I'm here for it. Love.
Yeah.
And some roasted rabbit.
Yeah.
And let's go have a last battle, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm excited to go and read the end of this book.
Yeah, finish it. Here we go.
I really hope it's true epilogue, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And not just like an additional chapter that...
What does true epilogue mean to you?
It means that it's a little bit separate from the story, but it still gives us information.
Oh, okay.
Like it could be on a different timeline,
sure,
at a different time, or maybe with a not main character, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Like it's an end of the credits sequence, you know?
Yeah.
Like in a movie?
Yeah.
When there's like a clip at the end.
Okay.
That's what an epilogue should be.
Cool.
It shouldn't just continue the movie.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, before you go ahead and figure out that something's wrong, I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Hey, thanks so much for sticking around. That's the end of another fun episode. The Wheel Weaves is hosted and edited by Dani and Brett and produced by Dani and Brett with Passion Socks, Cody Feltz, Benjamin, Jamie Young, Megan, Jared Berg, Ricky Morissette, Adam, Mozyme, Michelle Forbes, MKM, Antoine Benoit, Lawrence Bradley, Colby T, Gabby Young, Rycat, Zane Sayaka, Matrix, Matt Truss, The Albatross, Bratimus Prime, Sarah Creech, Sims, and Saverio Bartolini. With music by Audionautics. Now, everyone, please be sure to go check out our Patreon page if you are interested in supporting us and the podcast. We'd love to send you some Patreon-exclusive merchandise as a thank you, plus you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else. And, at the time of recording, we have almost 50 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. Find all that and more at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. As always, please be sure to give us a 5-star review because it really does make a huge difference in helping other people find us. And be sure to tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the best compliment. For general information about our show, like how to send us shot glasses, how to join our Discord, and how to get in touch with us, visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.